For many weeks, billionaire Elon Musk has publicly trashed Twitter, although he is buying the company in a $44 billion deal. And recently, he finally acted like an owner. What did Musk address on his first staff meeting? Is Twitter going to change? Give the video a thumbs up and find out by watching this video. As we all know, Elon Musk is the new would-be owner of Twitter and talked to Twitter's employees for the first time today in a Q&A session. This meeting was meant to be an opportunity for him to assuage employee concerns after the Tesla CEO publicly criticized the company, its leadership, and the number of spam bots on the platform in recent weeks. But Musk's responses on some main topics like layoffs, content moderation, as well as remote work were vague. They most likely did little to satisfy employees worried about Elon's leadership, according to several staffers and internal Slack conversations viewed by Recode. Musk said, "I love Twitter," at the beginning of the meeting, according to Recode's recording. Musk, who dialed in around 10 minutes late to the video conference, apparently from his cell phone, then added, "Some people use their hair to express themselves. I use Twitter. I find it is the best forum for communicating with a lot of people simultaneously and also getting that message directly to people." Also, Musk seemed to back away from a more absolutist stance toward freedom of speech on the platform in the meeting. Musk said that while people should have a right to freedom of speech, they do not necessarily have freedom of reach, meaning that Twitter does not have to amplify ideas like Holocaust denial on Twitter. While Musk's answer on this topic was more overtoned than some of his previous statements, it still seems unlikely to fully answer employee questions about how exactly the billionaire will change the company's approach to moderating hateful and violent speech. Musk said there is freedom of speech or freedom of reach, and freedom of speech is one thing, because anyone could just go into the middle of Times Square right now and say anything they want. They could just walk into the middle of Times Square and deny the Holocaust, okay? You can't stop them, and they will do just that. But that does not mean you have to. It needs to be promoted to millions of people. Moreover, in the 45-minute meeting, Musk didn't go into much detail about his tactical plans as Twitter's owner, giving evasive answers about whether he plans to lay off staff or force employees working remotely back in the office. In an hour-long question-and-answer session in the morning with Twitter's 8,000 or so employees, the first time Musk has spoken with them since he agreed to buy the social media company in April, the world's wealthiest man opened up about his plans for the service in the future. And in an effusive and at times rambling address, Musk touched on topics as varied as growth, anonymity, potential layoffs, Chinese apps, the existence of alien life forms, and even the cosmic nature of Twitter. The new owner of Twitter said to his employees, "I want Twitter to contribute to a better, long-lasting civilization where we better understand the nature of reality." The billionaire added that he hopes that the service could help humankind and a better understanding of the nature of the universe as much as it is possible to understand. The hour-long meeting, which Elon Musk participated in from his cell phone in what appeared to be a hotel room, suggested that he was set on closing the blockbuster acquisition. His intentions had been in doubt recently when the billionaire, who also runs the electric car maker Tesla and the rocket company SpaceX, repeatedly raised questions about Twitter's fake accounts in an apparent pretext for potentially ending or renegotiating the deal. And since April, the famously mercurial Musk has tweeted that the purchase was on hold and accused Twitter of actively resisting and thwarting his rights. At another point, Musk had criticized some of the company's executives. He then made his inflammatory comments as global markets tumbled as well as shares of Tesla, which are his primary source of wealth, plummeted. During the meeting, which was moderated by Twitter's chief marketing officer Leslie Berland, Musk said he hoped to expand the service to more than 1 billion users worldwide. That would be around 4 times the number of its current users. Elon Musk added that he was hands-on at Tesla and expected to be so at Twitter. And even with such a performance, some caution that Musk might still change his mind about completing the deal for Twitter. Musk said, "The company does need to get healthy. Right now, the costs exceed the revenue, so that is not a great situation to be in. And so there would have to be some rationalization of the headcount as well as expenses to have revenue be greater than the cost. And otherwise, Twitter is simply not viable." He then continued saying, "Anyone who is obviously like a significant contributor should have nothing to worry about." Musk similarly said that if an employee is exceptional, then remote work is perfectly fine, but that the bias is very much toward in-person work. And since first putting in his $44 billion bid to buy Twitter in April, Elon Musk has created a flurry of uncertainty about the deal, at one point tweeting that it was on hold due to his worries about the prevalence of spam bots on the platform. and the move raised questions about whether Musk was trying to renegotiate the deal at a lower price or he was attempting to back out altogether. It has been noted that Twitter's employees have mainly worked remotely in the coronavirus pandemic. Then Musk started answering questions, including about remote work. In June, he sent memos to workers at Tesla and SpaceX, saying he expected them to be in the office for 40 hours a week. Musk told Twitter employees he was open to working remotely, given that the developing software is quite different from showing up daily to build cars. But at the same time, Musk said a broad lack of in-office participation could contribute to a dwindling esprit de corps, and also hoped that people would be willing to go into the office more in the future. Musk dodged directly answering whether there would be layoffs at Twitter, though his answer was somewhat ominous. Right now, costs exceed revenue, he said. That's not a great situation. At another point, he digressed into a discussion about whether extraterrestrial life was possible, even though it was unclear where he netted out. Musk also brought up the Chinese apps WeChat as well as TikTok as aspirational, given that WeChat is so embedded in people's daily lives in China and TikTok is not boring. One notable improvement that the new owner of Twitter said that he wanted to make was adding payments technology to Twitter, and ideally, users would be able to send money back and forth through the service, similar to how Square Cash or Venmo operate. He was non-committal when asked if he planned to assume the chief executive role at Twitter when he took over the company. Musk said he was not a traditional CEO and pointed to his title at Tesla, which is Techno King. But Musk also noted that he had many ideas for product updates and how the service should evolve, and that he would make those known to others within Twitter. "I expect they will listen to me in this regard," Elon Musk said. He has been a long-time power user of Twitter with more than 98 million followers and has long said he believes Twitter's potential is underutilized. He has also added that he hopes to rejuvenate the service outside the eye of the public markets by taking the company private and making significant changes to how Twitter operates. While some employees are excited about Musk's arrival and hope he can help the company grow its size and profitability, the volatility around the deal and Musk's unclear concept of freedom of speech have left many Twitter employees worried about how he plans to handle the platform once he's in charge. But Musk seemed confident in his ability to run Twitter. When asked what he understands and needs to learn about the company, Elon Musk said he gets Twitter because he's a super user. Well, guys, that's all for today. Do you think Musk has something big planned for Twitter? What are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments down below. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for us to provide you with more must-know developments in finance and technology. And with that said, we will see you guys in another video.